Welcome back, everybody, to Chill Puzzle Sunday. We are... I have alt-tabbed at some point. There we go. We are now back where we left off. So we have Laredo Croft here. Laredo Croft... Laredo... What was her name? Laredo Kronk. Sorry, Laredo Kronk. And she is kind of stopping us from activating the fireplace and this hinged book over here. So we need somebody to kind of distract her for a while, I think. I'm going to go and try Jasper. Jasper is, after all, Laredo's rival, so who better to potentially
Mr. Lewton. It is always
distract
a pleasure to see you.
our tomb raiding
I trust your
friend
voice
over there.
with you that will...
Let's have a look. So if I just like bring up Laredo Kronk.
A woman named Laredo Kronk is in town. It seems to me that you might know her.
Laredo is here in Ankh-Morpork? Really?
Really?
I thought that we had dealt with her in the temples of Tezuman. She is full of surprises, that one. Would you do me a favor, sir, as one friend to another?
Yeah, sure.
Perhaps. It depends on the favor.
But of course. Your prudence continues to speak well of you. I'd like for you to arrange a meeting with Laredo for me.
It seems as if I'd be doing you a favor. It seems as if I should be getting something in return.
Very well. Arrange this meeting for me.
Ooh, I can find out more about the sword.
In detail. Do we have an agreement?
Works for me.
This is like
I'll go
double
give her the news.
double good idea.
I can't guarantee she'll turn up, though.
Oh, she'll come. We have much to discuss.
Well, I chose the right thing there. Now let us go back to Laredo Kronk. Kronk. Good, I can go inside. Laredo! You've got to leave now. Bye!
I'm back.
Apparently so.
Wait, what do I actually have to... Did I get a thing? How do I set up the meeting? Help! How do I set up a meeting? I just talk to you? I've already been through this. How do I set up this meeting? Oh, Jasper. Yeah.
I've got a message for you from Horst.
Horst is in Ankh-Morpork.
Absolutely. He wants to meet with you to discuss certain matters arising.
Super.
I have to say that it's probably a trap.
Of course it's a trap. That's what makes it interesting.
Obviously.
I'll see you later, Lewton.
Best of luck.
You too.
Laredo made her way over to Horst's quarters and didn't look back. I had no idea what the two had to talk about, but I was sure it would lead to a new and exciting adventure, one even more complex and challenging than her last.
I wonder how many Tomb Raider games were out when this was released.
Laredo was out of
Or, I guess, when this was written. So, and that's how the next Tomb Raider game started. This is now part of lore. Right, pull the hinge book.
I heard a faint noise, and the next thing I knew, the fireplace was revolving.
It's revolving. It's rotating upon its axis. Roundy round.
I won't bore you with the details of the Guild's security system. After all, If you've seen one intricate and fatal collection of pits and traps, you've pretty much seen them all. Suffice to say, it took a lot of trial and error, some scorched eyebrows, and more levers than I could count.
Rotate upon its axis. Roundy round. Alright, I mean, this looks like a trap. Security notice, hello.
Up on the wall of Vault 51 was a sign reading, "Unseen Securities, Magical Alarums, Wards, and Hexes." I guess a place like this needed the best security around.
Alright, what's the deal with this panel then? Do I just press a button? Do I just, like, poke? Boop, beep, boop?
I punched away at the runes randomly, but as far as I could tell, nothing happened.
Runes.
There was a panel by the oak door with runes on it.
Interesting. Can we see
Up on
these
the wa-
runes?
I
Who was it that worked for Unseen Securities? We definitely met someone that works for Unseen Securities.
One of the vaults grabbed my attention more than the others. Vault 51. Whereas most of the vaults were open, this one was sealed behind a large oak door with the words "Nil Introitus" written on it. I once knew a man who had that tattooed on his buttocks.
I assume that's, like, no entry. So what can I do with this panel? Someone that we talked to. The original 2 or 3 Tomb Raiders. Yeah, it'd be when the series was at its peak. To have a reference like that. Can we enter the code 3712V? Is that what we need to do?
I didn't know what the runes meant.
Aww.
Otherwise, I could try punching in 3712V and see what happened.
So we need some way of decoding runes. We've definitely met somebody that works for Unseen Securities. I think it might be Ward or Warb. Field Archaeologist, Cafe Ank. Let's try going speaking to Warb. I'm sure they're the only wizard that we've seen. So they'll be the rune expert. And we've not really used Warp for anything yet.
Business waking.
I don't want to talk to you, Will, anyway.
The only it wasn't.
It's Warb.
Lewton. You're a regular in here.
So,
do you know how many bizarre
Unseen University.
You just all
Don't you? It all.
well,
Glad.
it's a,
Well then.
I was once
But you're still.
Ah,
a
yeah.
wizard.
Here we go.
I thought all
go.
You guys were under the jurisdiction of the university.
yeah. I work for Unseen Securities now.
That's it.
Unseen Securities.
Yeah, we make magical security systems. Very exclusive.
Are they expensive?
Oh yeah. Hardly anyone can afford our services.
If you're so.
I
But the house.
let the here out. It does.
That's
Ever made ever.
no. I.
Right, how do I ask you what these runes mean? Surely I must have something to ask about, right?
Do you?
I'm a.
I don't have anything specific to the vault.
You would.
Why would?
You've got contacts in Unseen. I reckon they must know all about the demons and creatures loose in the city.
Oh, I see. No, I don't know anything about that.
Does 3712V mean anything to you?
I'm afraid I can't really, like, help you with that.
See, annoyingly, I just want to ask him about like the Architects Guild. I can ask about the Varberg crates.
I'm look. Does that? Why? What do you?
No. Oh, forget
Oh,
you
hello.
mentioned it, but you'd better forget about it altogether. It'll get you killed, you know.
Oh,
Mark
he
my
doesn't want me to talk about the
words.
Golden Sword.
I had a.
So let's try going back to the vault. I'm mainly skipping through the conversations here. I don't mean to skip through anything new, but like I feel like I'd already talked to him about everything. Clearly, like every now and then I'm just wrong, and then I like let it play out. But if I'm skipping anything that's like new or story important, I do apologize. I like how Lewton just casually gets past all the all the stuff.
Up on the wall of Vault 51 was a sign reading, "Unseen
It's definitely going to be relating to
securities,
Ward.
magical alarms, wards, and hexes." I guess a place like this needed the best security around. I wasn't about to steal the security note.
Please.
Security note. There was a panel by the oak door with runes on it.
I need like to write
Oak
down
door.
these runes or something.
I punched away at the runes randomly, but as far as I could tell, nothing happened.
If I don't get anything to... Oh. Wow, this game is really laggy. This is like a draft to horse, Friggins murder. I can try using a zeal with it.
I couldn't. I had no idea how to type Azil in.
And yet you're not like taking a picture of the runes or anything. I mean, I guess I can't take a picture of the runes, but... Are the runes the same ones that are on the coin?
That had...
No. Can I write down the runes on the back of this iconograph? No. So he won't memorize the runes. He won't even put the runes in his journal. So I really have no way of talking to anybody about the runes.
Whereas most... I want...
We just go in. Oh my god.
This wasn't turning out to be one of my better days.
Wait, what? Am I a frog now? Oh. Can I do that again? I want to do that again. Yeah, let's do it again. I want to be a frog. This is Frogger now. Whee!
To get
Froggy.
turned into an amphibian once was unlucky. Twice looked like carelessness.
Froggy. Lewton. Well, anyway. Let's have a quick stop at Lewton's office. See if we've got any events here. Nope. So it's pretty obvious to me that it's related to Warb in some way. They're both unseen securities. That's the link there. But there's not a lot I can really do with Warb.
Hello again.
Hey, RPG! Boo! Oh my god, I'm scared. Hey, Lakis.
You a regular in here, then?
I guess so. I'm not very lucky.
I thought
How is
all
it going?
wizards were
Thanks for the
lucky.
raid. How was your stream?
Whatever gave you that impression? Do
Here
you
for the
know
noir.
how many bizarre and
Heck yeah.
unpleasant ways there are for a wizard to die inside the walls of Unseen University alone? One false invocation as you're summoning a demon, and bang!
I'll do a quick recap of what our
You'll
current
lunge
goal
for
is.
some pit fiend with more tentacles than legs and fewer arms than heads. Or spend too long in the wrong area of the library and poof, you disappear. All that you leave behind is a statistic.
Don't you like being a wizard? It always seemed like a glamorous profession to me.
There's nothing glamorous about wizardry. Well, except for glamours.
Glamours?
It's an elvish thing.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, I forgot about that pun. Right, so here's the deal. Here's what we're dealing with here, yo. We need to find a golden sword, and that golden sword. Oh, but we need to find an artifact. Not necessarily even a golden sword at this point. We need to break into the vault underneath the Archaeologists Guild. Unfortunately, we've managed to make it to the vault, but there's a bit of a security system in place. Let's just go over and have a look at the security system. Guild of Archaeologists. Loading screens are definitely a thing in this game, by the way. Let's go in through the door. Into the vault. Oh well, into the underground. This is where the vault is. This is vault number 51. And as you can see, it's a little bit guarded. So apparently it is guarded by unseen securities, magical alarms.
51 was a sign reading "Unseen Securities, Magical Alarms, Wards, and Hexes." I guess a place like this needed the best security around. I wasn't about to steal the security notice.
And it's got a panel with runes on it.
There was a panel by the oak door with runes on it.
And we can beat boop randomly at the runes, but that's not going to do a whole lot. Beat boop.
I punched away at the runes randomly, but as far as I could tell, nothing happened.
Now, it's put there by a company called Unseen Securities, and we have one other NPC that has mentioned Unseen Securities. Here's what happens if you try and walk through it. We a frog now.
I was beginning to wonder whether I should give up on being a private investigator and see what the job opportunities were like for a toad.
Yep, probably a good idea. Probably a very good idea. Better job prospects. So the other NPC that's mentioned Unseen Securities is Warb in here. And Warb is a wizard who used to study at Unseen University, but now works for Unseen Securities. Unfortunately, I don't have any way of linking the two things. Because, like, I didn't write the runes down. And Lewton won't write the runes down.
Hello again.
But we can talk to Warb.
You're...
Go through the conversation, and we'll find out.
So you work up at Unseen University.
I was trained there. Once I got my degree, I moved on.
But you're still a wizard. I thought all you guys were under the jurisdiction of the university.
Yeah, I work for Unseen Securities now.
Unseen securities?
Yeah, we make magical security systems. Very exclusive.
Are they expensive?
Oh, yeah. Hardly anyone can afford our services.
So I clearly need to get from him what these runes
If
mean.
you're so on.
Yeah, he's very unlucky as well. That's the other thing about him. But okay, none of the items I have are anything that it's worth showing him.
I ever seen?
Sure. Well, I've never spoken to him, though.
What does he play?
Truncheon, roulette, onion, craps. He plays them all a little. He always seems to win, but he never pushes his luck. He wins, and then he stops. That's his way. I wish I had his luck. I'd make much better use of it.
That guy plays onion. And truncheon.
I'm looking for a match. Does that
So
mean
he does go a bit weird when we mention the golden sword.
I'd let go of that if I were you.
So he knows about
Why?
it.
What do you know
He
about
knows.
Nothing. And neither do you. I'll forget you mentioned it, but you'd better forget about it altogether. It'll get you
he
killed,
gets it panicked.
you know. Mark my words.
We can ask about the wine barrels, he can't help with that. The Von Uberwald crates he can't help with. The Varberg crates he can't help with. Counterweight killings.
I heard someone in Unseen University got killed by a spy, but I don't really, know anything about
Oh
it.
yeah, someone
you
in
know?
Unseen University. We'll probably have to investigate that later on.
Do you?
Jasper Horse he doesn't know.
You wouldn't know.
Why?
The monster in the city he doesn't know anything about.
Ever seen a?
Sure.
Yeah, we've already talked about Reagan. Reagan. Malachite he doesn't know. Mundy doesn't
Heard
know.
of the?
I heard someone
Spy doesn't know.
Do you know Carl?
in... No.
What's that?
Forget.
Carlotta he apparently doesn't know. Alkali doesn't know. Those are Dugongs he doesn't know.
Can you think?
3712V doesn't know. Azil, no. So, I can't get anything out of Warb is the problem. It's like I'm missing something from my journal that would let me put the runes in here. What about Whirl? We've not spoken to Whirl in a while.
Business waking.
What does Whirl have to say?
Nah,
He doesn't own the place.
as long as don't now.
We have already been through this conversation once. That's why I'm just kind of skipping through it a little bit.
This
We're not talking about
Do you-
that. We don't know anything about the Milker. Don't know anything about that. Don't know anything about that.
have you?
Killings.
And I only have one thing to say about them. I'll place good money that the patrician's next.
This is
Any
another Rob
reason?
Brydon
Just
talking
a
to Rob
hunch.
Brydon situation. Jasper Horst.
I've heard of him. He doesn't come round here in person.
Okay, Bestial Attacker.
I'm just a creep.
No. Reagan?
A dwarf got killed on the Magdalen Bridge the other night. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? No. Sorry.
Man of few words. Malachite.
On-
Nope. Mundy. Alkali.
I'm just...
Nope. Filter and Two Conkers. Nope. Carlotta. Everyone at the casino
Well,
knows
she's a
Carlotta.
Oh, yeah. She usually ends up betting with somebody else's money, and she never loses control. What do you mean? Well, you can win or lose in a single game. That's just the way it is. But sooner or later, people lose control and bet all they have left, and then that's it. For most of them, they don't care. Mostly they're just big shots with more money than sense who like the glamour of Saturnalia. Some of them are hopefuls who can't afford to lose the money they've wagered. But those that are really good at the game, they never lose control. They know just when to play. And Carlotta.
Alright. And that's everything we can get from Will. So, Unseen Securities, matching up with Warb and the security system, it's got to be a thing. I just don't know how to connect the dots, how to make Lewton connect the dots. There is one other place that I want to go, which I've actually just thought of. So when we found the hiding place for Two Conkers, that will now mean that the Cafe Ankh is now empty, or the basement of the Cafe Ankh is now empty. So we should be able to go back down there and get this ledger, this receipt ledger that we were supposed to get before. That's literally why we went into the basement in the first place, and then we got distracted. So that should be in here now. Where is it? Is it not here? Does it not? Does it actually not exist? Box of receipts. There we go.
Just like Samael had told me, there was a box of receipts in the cellar. I rooted carefully through the receipts, and the only recent purchaser was the patrician. It seems he'd bought a number of barrels of fine wine to take to the palace. I guess the golem I'd seen at the cafe was owned by Lord Veterinary.
So that's opened up a new location. That's probably just the palace, which we already have access to. So that means the barrels that... So the barrels from the milker were brought here. And then those self-same barrels were taken to the Patrician's Palace. And those are the ones that are now in the trash at the Patrician's Palace. So we have seen those barrels. Can't do anything with the candle. Rip. But I don't know what that really gets us. We can go to Patrician's Palace. And we can go to the side. And that would be these barrels here.
The empty barrels at the foot of the palace wall looked like they used to have wine in them. As far as I could tell, the barrels were just like the ones in the wine cellar of the Cafe Ankh.
What a surprise.
Although these ones were empty.
So did I take the box of receipts? No, I didn't. I mean, we can match the wine barrels to the wine barrels.
It was possible that these barrels had been on the milker once.
I mean... But that, again, gets us absolutely no information. Where else could we go? Oh, actually, I could go to Leonard. Leonard's cell. Because I've not been there since we got Two Conkers there. And I wonder if Leonard's, like, not thinking about his thing now he's got an assistant. We might be able to talk to Leonard a little bit. Is Horst still around? Ooh, that's a good question as well. We'll have a look at Horst after we've checked in on Leonard.
It always looked...
Hey, Leonard. You okay?
Can I ask you a few questions?
Well, we are a little busy at the moment. Can it wait?
No!
How long?
Just a day or so.
No, then it can't wait.
Very well. What did you want to know?
Oh, I can actually talk to Leonard now. Ooh, nice.
What is that thing you're working on?
It's my flapping wing flying device. I had put it to one side, but I had an inspiration and decided to go back to developing it.
What was the inspiration?
It occurred to me that if I modified my turning the wheels with pedals and another wheel machine to turn the spinning blades radiating from central hub, I might be able to produce a flapping wing flying device that could be driven forward by a human operating the pedals with his feet.
Will it work?
If we can to be solving the minor problems, it might just maybe will be yes.
Yeah, minor problems.
What are the problems you're experiencing?
mainly weight. If it is going to fly, it has to be light. But Two Conkers has suggested using bombastic wood for the frame, which is extremely light for its strength. I have to rate one of my floating designs to get enough of the stuff, but it should work.
If weight is a problem, why does it seat 2 people?
The patrician said he would be most interested in the device if it could be used to fly 2 people.
You don't know why?
That's a bit weird.
Well, he said he was interested in how far you could travel in it.
Come to think of it, I suppose Veterinary might be interested in getting a long way from the city in a hurry one day. Could you fly a long distance in it?
Now imagine you'd get very tired. Still, if it were moving over a flat surface, you might get some additional lifting things up force reflected off the ground, which would mean it would be easier. I call this the reflecting some of your lifting things up force off the ground effect.
Well,
Wait.
this is all very interesting, but it isn't helping my case much.
There's a 2-inch long spider on the floor. What? Where? Where? Oh god, I'm sorry. Like, fire's the only way. Eviction won't work. It has to be fire.
Out what this is for.
That's nice.
To be
You're
a
making me
coin
really
from
paranoid
Sota,
now, though.
That much is clearing. Had one at Dig in Sota, just like that. Are you sure it's a coin? Sureness hard to be. You got that right.
Right, no tooth, no money. Yeah, you know nothing about that. Okay. Notebook then. Tell me about the golden sword. Okay, don't tell me about the golden sword. Tell me about the wine barrels. No. Tell me about the Von Uval crate. No. Tell me about the Varberg crates. Wait, really? You don't know about the Varberg crates? Come on, Two Conkers. You know about the Varberg crates.
Do you know anything about the counter?
I am sorry, what did you say? I wasn't listening.
Ah, charming. Jasper Horst?
I'm sorry?
And it means nothing to me. Bestial Attacker.
Yes? You can use it if you like.
What?
You didn't listen to a word I just said, did you?
Be my guest.
Alright, Reagan. Alright, that was a waste of time. Well, you know asking about that's a waste of time, but not about anything else. That's a waste of time. That's a waste of time. Carlotta. Nothing. Alkali. Nothing. Two Conkers.
Do you know where Ilsa is? To be knowing is not the me I am in.
To be knowing is not
You
the
don't
me
know.
I am in.
No. I think that's the first time I've heard a straight answer out of you.
To be knowing is not the me I am in. To be knowing is not the me that I am in. Wow, it's just so deep.
Does 3712V mean anything?
Yeah, you don't know if I'm going to do that. Azil, nope. Okay, well that was pointless. I can now talk to them though, in case anything comes up in the future. Which hopefully it will, but for now we don't know. DeGopher has suggested going and checking out Horst. 371 TV. No, we already know the number of the donkey carts. It's sore ass. And clearly there must only be one donkey cart. Right, it's the Horst.
I guess Horst was busy with Laredo, because when I went to his quarters, there was no one there.
Horst is no longer around. Intriguing. Let us... And this vault is so annoying, because clearly I'm missing something, but I just don't know what I'm missing or where. Let's check out a few of the smaller places. Magdalen Bridge. Anything changed here? I'm going to say probably not. Yep, definitely not. The rooftops. Yeah, I don't think anything's going to be different there. Is Rodan there now? Nope. All that there is here is just the silence and the mourning of the passing of Largestone Friend. Lewton's office? I don't know why there would be. Nope. Octarine Parrot? I can't imagine there's anything here. I think the only reason I can come in here is if, in case I've not done the crime scene stuff yet. Oops. I don't know. I guess I'll try asking you about some of the new stuff. Azil? No. 3712V? No. Golden Sword? Yeah, I'm definitely not talking about that with you. Von Uberval crate? No. Varberg crate? No. What about... I don't think there's any point going to Softlock's Yard. Problem is, there's not really anything new that I can talk to people about. Because I've discovered the vault, sure, but I don't have... it's not a thing in my notebook. Pet the dog, Lewton.
I thought about petting the dog, but there was something about the way he looked that made me think twice, maybe even 3 times about it.
Lewton, don't play games. Pet the dog.
I thought I wasn't an expert.
God damn it. Fine. Well, nothing else is unlocked here. Pet the goddamn dog! I control you!
Whereas most of I once knew tattooed on.
I just wish it would give me some idea of how to interact with this. So we can try and link the Varber crates into there.
The Varberg crates must have been in Vault 51.
They must have been. Could the golden sword be in there?
Nope.
Nope. Into 8 killings, bestial attacker, Jasper Horst. And if we try and enter 3712V into the panel.
I didn't know what the runes meant, otherwise I...
Like, all I want is to write down the runes. That's all I want.
Up on the wing, I guess.
Alright, let's take the fast way out of here. The fast way is becoming a frog.
This wasn't turning out to be one of my better days.
So how can we find out about runes? The Temple of Small Gods is probably a good one for runes. Right? Small gods love their runes.
Even
Now, I've spoken to Malaklips before, so we'll skip all this stuff about errata.
what's a Hersheban growth worth?
Nothing, unless you want to hire a member of the Hashishim, the first assassins.
The Hashishim?
The original assassins. A band of mad killers who are feared throughout Hubwood Clatch. They derived their name from the huge quantities of hashish they consumed. They are unique among killers in being both deadly and, at the same time, inclined to giggle and wear beads. The ones with the flared
Oh, not the
trousers
flared
are
trousers.
most deadly of all.
And you'd pay one with a Hersheban growth?
No, but if you give it to one, he'll stare at it for hours and leave you alone.
Right, Tooth is a no. Purse is a no. Grappling Iron's a no.
Ah,
Yeah, he's the shin kicker. He's telling me about the shin kickers, which is totally a thing. Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about a sword.
oh, yes, most...
Yep, smuggling pornography. Those are all the same lines. Let's go and talk to Mooncalf. I've not spoken to Mooncalf in a while. There's plenty of new stuff to be found at Mooncalf.
Behind Mooncalf was a beautiful stained glass window depicting Morphine, the angel
Okay.
of dreams, passing the recipe for the Discworld's first pizza to a mortal.
I like that. I like that window. It's good iconography.
I have some more questions.
Ask them, if you must.
Did your church buy that window?
We are not a church, we're a
What's the difference?
Okay, we've definitely been through this conversation
Now,
before.
Well,
I'll just quickly skip through it.
It depicts them.
how come? Now let me get this straight. The eternal seers of Revelation, Joe, worshipped pizza.
No, my child. The legends say that the first pizza was created by the Clatchian mystic Ronron Revelation Joe Sawadi, who claimed to have been given the recipe in a dream by the creator of the Discworld himself. Allegedly, the creator said that the pizza was what he had intended all along. Those who have seen the original say that what the creator had in mind was a small cheese and pepperoni affair, with a few black olives, and things like mountains and seas got added out of last-minute enthusiasm, as so often happens.
So who were the eternal seers?
The survivors of the schism of the Turnwise Ones and the resulting Grand Jihad.
Grand Jihad?
Yes. After the deaths of some 25,000 people, the faithful were allowed to add one small bay leaf to the recipe.
So is this divine figure in the window the creator?
Oh no. It is blasphemy for...
Because
Okay, yeah, we definitely have seen this bit of the conversation
How does
before.
the detail.
All right, Mooncalf. I don't know how I'm going to get any runes out of you, but
What can you tell me
you
about
seem
a
like the right person to
golden
ask about a golden
sword?
sword.
Ha 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 ha! You should talk to Malaclips, the mad priest over on the other side of the temple. I'm sure he'd be delighted to talk to you about golden swords.
Alright, that's a no.
I prefer...
Yeah, that's a no. That's a no. That's a no.
Have
You know anything about the counterweight killings? Nope. Do you know anything about Jasper Horst? Nope. Beasts!
Indeed. Oh, perhaps the apocalypse is already upon us.
The
Apocalypse.
apocalypse?
The end of the world. The triumph. The
Tea time of the gods.
From the dungeon dimensions. Well, the legends are... It's not too late to...
Alright, we have already been through that.
I asked Mooncalf where he was when the murder took place, and he told...
Alright, he was holding a sermon.
I asked Mooncalf...
Yeah, he's just going to be saying he was holding a sermon for all of
Mooncalf
them.
where he was when Mundy was murdered. He seemed to take it in his stride. Perhaps religious fanatics are used to being suspects in murder investigations.
I was holding a service at that time.
Where?
Here, in the sanctum of the Temple of Small Gods.
So you have witnesses.
But of course, my entire congregation saw me give a glorious sermon in honor of Anu Anu.
So you can give me the names of some of your congregation to back up your alibi.
Betray the confidence of my flock? You must think me shallow of faith, Lewton, to propose such a barbaric plan of action.
Shall I take that as a no, then? Have you heard of the...
Okay, I've already been through the counterweight killings. Alkali. Yeah, I mean, we've talked to him about all this stuff. 3712, I haven't. But he doesn't know anything about that.
I asked...
So Mooncalf wasn't very helpful at all, either. So we didn't get anything from the Temple of Small Gods. I do think the warp is my only link to runes and unseen securities. But I've got nothing. I've got nothing. Wait, is there something on the table there? Oh, it's a bell.
I really wanted to ring the bell, but given that Nobby was right in front of me, it would just have wound him up.
I want to ring the bell.
There...
Oh, I can't ring the bell. Alright, I can't, like, there's so little I can, like, talk to the watch about.
I told Nobby about finding Reagan's body and the carriage in the river by the Magdalen Bridge, and he promised he'd... Nobby had...
Yeah, he's probably not going to do that. Alright, what can we talk about with you?
What if I told you that I was working on a case that could make us both rich? What if I told you I had a lead on a golden sword of untold value? What would you say to me?
I'd say you're having me on. Come on, Lewton. What do you take me for? Still. Untold value, eh? Is that a lot? I mean, my vest has got untold value, too.
Interested?
Nah, it's gotta be a wind-up. Golden swords. You must think I was born yesterday.
Oh, you were born, were you? I always...
Alright, that's definitely a no. You can ask about the wine barrels, nothing. Von Uberwell crates, nothing. Varberg crates, nothing. So I can't even ask about the Von Uberwell crate to, like, Carlotta, because she's now disappeared. At least I assume she's disappeared. Let's go. We'll go. Maybe go see if we can find.
Give me a...
What about Horst?
Oh yeah, he's a treasure hunter, he is.
How come you've heard of him?
Well, Vimes always asks us to keep an eye on him when he's in town.
Is he a lawbreaker then?
Well, he's careful never to get caught doing anything against the law.
Bit like you then.
Yeah, a bit like...
No.
Now you hang on a minute. I am completely law-abiding.
Yes. You're as innocent as the next man in Ankh-Morpork.
Exactly. Well, if I can pick the next man anyway.
Alright, Reagan's murder. Yeah, we've already told him about it. Malachite's murder.
We're baffled.
Yes, Nobby, but you're baffled by the way it gets dark every evening.
Ha ha, Lewton. Very funny. Afraid so, Lewton.
I am
I
still,
take it you
like...
realize that Mundy was hung upside down from the rafters.
I am still the lead suspect in this investigation.
Well... Yeah.
Alright, that doesn't really matter, though. Okay, let's move on. Pseudopolis Yard was a bit of a bust as well. I'm wondering if, like, now I've told him about finding the body, that the body's going to be cleaned up, but somehow I doubt it. Yep. Weirdly, the body is still here. What a surprise. Alright, let's try the Von Ubel mansion. We want to see if we can find Carlotta for one thing. I want to ask about the Von Ubel crate. Right, yeah. Carlotta is not available. Can we ask you about the Von Ubel crate? Yeah, no. Even though that's literally your job to know things. I can't even talk, like, the count also is completely useless on this particular matter. I'm kind of at a loss. Have a look at the mausoleum. I don't know why Carlotta would be here. But it's just somewhere I've not been in a while. Nice to get out of the house, really. That is a rubble. It's the rubble of a troll that is not Therma. That's all we really know about this. At this point. You got the diamond teeth we've already taken.
Madame Lodestone, singer and retainer of Lord Robert Salachi, taken from us when her... I didn't...
Okay, nothing of interest there. Anyone has any ideas? I'm open to suggestions, by the way. Let's check out the Cafe Ankh. Don't forget to save. Good point. Thank you very much. Let's save the game. There we go. Definitely do not forget to save the game. Right, this box of receipts.
I rooted carefully through the... It seems he'd bought a number of... I guess the golem I'd seen at the cafe would...
That unlocks the palace, in case I didn't already have it, I guess. Is there anything that we can use with this box of receipts? Wine barrels?
It's...
No.
It's...
Because that is constantly re-unlocking the...
Most of the...
the patrician's palace over and over again.
I didn't
Can we hide in a wine barrel and get carted into the patrician's palace? That's what this cart's for, right? Can I hide on the cart? Yeah, there's no interactable at all. Oh, get stuck, Lewton. Thank you. Well, we can talk to Sam. Sam might have some insight. Annoyingly, he could just be using something in the notepad with something that's a bit
Mr.
weird.
How's business? It's pretty hard. Not think you have not seen that. Oh, I don't. You're like.
You don't know anything about the coin, tooth, no.
Do you know?
Iconograph, no. Grappling hook, no. First, no. Do you know anything about a golden sword? No.
Do you know?
Well, we know about the Varberg
Do
crate.
you know anything about? Sorry, Mr.
We know about the Varberg crates. I guess the von Ubervold crates. That would be the crate that was on the carriage when it crashed, right? The crate that Reagan went and picked up with Carlotta. Let's see if we can do anything with that information. So if I use the von Ubervold crate on the carriage...
If I had worked everything out correctly, the von Uberwald crate had been the crate on Reagan's carriage.
Well, yeah, okay. It's correct, it's just not very helpful.
But I still...
Wait, what's that?
Somewhere between the Milka and the warehouse, Carlotta's crate had disappeared.
Okay, I mean that's the one that's it's on here. What happened to the thing? So the thing that we picked up, the box. There's the crate. Yeah, I don't think there's another interactable on there. So the Varberg crates are in the vault. And the wine barrels went to the Cafe Ank, and the wine barrels ultimately ended up at the Patrician's Palace. Which is good and all. Like, I know which ones those are now. Can we go further to the right? No. I can try and link these up.
It was possible.
Yeah.
It was possible.
But those are likely the ones that were at the Cafe Ank. Alright, I think I'm going to get a bit of a hint. I think we've been stuck and we've just been going around a little bit. I think it's probably something a little bit esoteric, so I'm going to very quickly look for a hint. One moment, please. Oh. Well. Alright, yeah, it's something really dumb. Let's head to the Maudlin Bridge. It's something real dumb that we need to do. Hey, you see this body right here?
There was no doubt that it was Reagan, and there was no doubt that he was dead. The poor sap must have suffocated in the unk.
Oh, it's real dumb what we need to do. Let's compare this photograph of a bald Reagan with this body, which clearly has hair.
One thing had been bugging me since I'd found Reagan's body. In the iconograph that the Count had given me, Reagan was bald. Here, in the flesh, Reagan had a full head of hair. I had to pull hard on his toupee to get it off. Reagan must have glued it on to stop it from flying off as he drove the carriage. Underneath the toupee was a small key. I guess it must have been important, or he wouldn't have glued it to his head.
Right. I don't know what this does, but this is a hint.
Reagan had a small key under his toupee. It was basically glued onto his head, so
So this
guess
is
it was
obvious,
important
right?
To him.
Where do I need a key? Where do we need a key? Do I only need to use the key with the panel? That seems rather... No, this seems crazy. And yet I'm doing it anyway. This is what we call desperation. Use key with panel.
That had nothing to do with the panel, at least as far as I knew.
Well, what does it have to do with Lewton? Oh.
At least as far as it was important to him.
It was important to him. What? Wait, what was? Oh, the key. Can I just throw the coin in? Throw a coin.
I wasn't...
No. Alright, let's take the fast way out.
This wasn't turning out to be one of my better days.
Where would this key fit then? Who knows about like Reagan? The Count. Let's ask the Count about the key. Or maybe the butler. Ribbit. Froggy.
I
Froggy.
see Sir has returned.
Yep, so I have.
Sir has.
So I have.
Who would Sir like to see?
I would like to see you and ask about the key.
This key mean anything to you?
That Sir is too lazy to find out what the key does by himself, perhaps?
Sorry, too lazy? What? Okay, so how do you think I should go around finding out what this key's for? Gee, let's just try it in every single lock in the world until it unlocks one of them, shall we? Sorry, that butler really annoyed me today.
Is the...
Who else can we even ask? Like, if the Count doesn't know about it, who else can we even ask?
I found this key on Reagan's body. I was hoping you knew what it opened.
No. But I don't think it's for anything in the mansion.
Okay, that's a hint at least. Nothing in the mansion. Where else do we have people? Oh, Malacopolis? Malaclips. Malaclips will know. Malaclips knows everything. Malapocalypse. Malaclips, tell me.
That? This key mean anything to you?
Yes.
Angora's box!
The sacred key to Angora's box.
Angora's box.
Said to contain all the unwanted, hideous sweaters ever created.
All of them?
If it is ever unlocked, their full horror would be unleashed on the world.
This is great power. And with great power comes great responsibility. Guess we can go ask Warb. Or Whirl. Let's try Whirl. Whirl and Warb. What does this key
Now
do?
your pockets are a little fuller. Does this key mean anything to you?
Yeah,
Oh!
I know what it is. It's a safety deposit key for the boxes here in Saturnalia.
Thanks.
Oh. Safety deposit boxes. Where are the safety deposit boxes? How do I get to the safety deposit boxes? There's a safety deposit box. I've got the key for it. How do I... This way? Ooh!
I guess an upmarket establishment like Saturnalia needed safety deposit boxes. They certainly needed them more than I did.
Ooh, 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 ooh. A new place. Open. Safety deposit box.
I figured a really good private investigator could do a lot of painstaking
Just
research.
try all the
Work out
boxes,
which
Lewton.
box
We know
belongs
where
to
this is
Reagan.
going.
But I figured, hey, the guy's a dwarf. So I just tried all the lockers on the bottom row. It fitted into box 39 like a glove. Eventually.
Nice. This is progress. Paper and a thing.
Inside was an envelope and a bracelet with carved wooden charms. The plot thickened, and you could already stand a spoon up in it.
Nice. Right, what is this
You could
paper?
already stand a spoon up in it.
What is this paper?
The envelope had come from Reagan's safety deposit box, and I had a feeling that it was important somehow. The thing was, it seemed to be empty.
Oh.
When I opened Reagan's envelope, I don't know what I was expecting. What I wasn't expecting was to find that the envelope was empty. There wasn't even anything written on the inside. I don't know why Reagan kept a charm bracelet in his safety deposit box, but I guess he wanted to keep it safe.
This doesn't particularly answer any questions. So we now have an empty envelope. And a charm bracelet. I guess let's get to asking people about him. The Count's probably the best person to ask. Like, the Count will definitely have seen him wearing it if it's Reagan's.
Business is waking.
This envelope belonged to Reagan. Did you ever see him with it?
Sure. He carried it around the casino sometimes.
Wait, he kept
I
it
never
on
knew
him?
what was in it though.
Did he show it to anyone?
I guess. I don't know who though.
Huh.
I think this charm bracelet belonged to Reagan. Do you recognize it?
Sure. He used to wear that on the few occasions that he gambled, and that wasn't very often.
And when he didn't use it, it went in his safety deposit box?
I guess so. He used to hang on to it like his life depended on it when he played.
Is that his lucky charm then? Because we know someone with bad luck.
This is an envelope that belonged to Reagan. Have you seen it before?
No, I don't think so.
You're not sure?
Sometimes it's like hard to be certain of like, well, anything.
Mood.
This mean anything to you?
What is it?
I was hoping you could tell me.
Some kind of charm bracelet, I assume. Is it like genuine?
What do you mean?
Is it lucky?
I don't know.
Extremely
if it is, I
lucky.
might be interested in it.
It is extremely lucky.
What is...
Ooh. So I think it's Reagan's lucky charm, but I think we need someone to tell us that before Warp's going to be interested in it. Who's most likely to know that? Probably the Count. And or Carlotta, but Carlotta is MIA. So let's go and have a quick word with the Count. This storyline is taking weird turns. I can't believe I didn't realize he was wearing a toupee. Like, I even thought the hair looked stupid.
No.
We literally have a photo of him.
But he
I should have got that. That's me not being detail focused. To be fair, it is like 5 pixels.
Recognize this?
Yes? Yes, I do. It is Reagan's charm bracelet. I gave it to him.
Ooh.
Is there something special about it?
It's been in the family for years. I'm not sure where it came from, but I believe that the charms were carved from the wood of the
The
serendipitous
serendipitous redwood.
What?
They were very, very old trees, and they grew very tall.
Until people cut them down
a
to make
mile,
charm bracelets
if
from
the
them.
texts can be believed. The trouble was they were very top-heavy, and the slightest wind would knock them over.
How do they grow so tall?
That was the thing, you see.
Were they just really lucky? Okay.
They fall over, but they were unbelievably lucky. They'd prop themselves up against each other like a house of cards.
Lucky trees?
Oh, believe me, as a student of flora, I have seen many.
I mean, this is very
strange
Discworld.
things evolve.
Trees have luck.
Strangeness is indigenous to the Discworld.
This particular one doesn't seem that lucky anymore,
What
given that
happened
it
to
was,
the redwoods?
given that it's now a bracelet.
Someone cut one down, and the rest came down like dominoes. They crushed the fellow with the axe, I believe.
I guess they weren't so lucky for him.
Right, we know it is lucky. Let's go back to Warp. Let's go. Run, Lewton. Run like your life depends on it. We'll avenge Malachite. Large stone friend. We'll find your killer. Is that what we're doing right now? In a roundabout kind of way. Probably. Right. Charm.
I think you
No, not you. Not
Not
you.
em-
Not you. Not you. Not you. Not you. Not you. Not you. You.
Hello again.
It is
I
genuine.
think this charm
Extremely
bracelet is worth
lucky.
something to you.
Really?
The charms are carved from serendipitous redwood. It's a genuine luck bringer.
Where did you get it? And if it's so lucky, why do you want to give it to me?
Tell me
It
about
used
the
to belong
runes.
to Reagan. And I'm not going to give it to you, but I might trade it to you.
Reagan? The dwarf, yeah. I remember seeing him wear it at the tables. Do you think that was why he always won?
I'm no expert, but anything's possible.
You're right. I'm interested. What do you want for it?
What have you got?
I haven't got any money. Actually, I don't think I've got anything of any value to offer at all.
Oh, good.
I guess we'll just have to think of something.
Tell me about runes. Yes, Vault 51. Yes.
I have an idea of what you can trade me for the bracelet.
Go on.
You work for Unseen Securities, right?
This is definitely corporate
Yeah.
bribery.
Well, I need to get into Vault 51 under the Guild of Archaeologists, and you can help me.
No. No. That's a bad idea.
Shame you can't do a list with it. Oh,
I
yeah,
could
look
get
virus.
into serious trouble.
Face it, Warb, your
That's what I
life's
thought about
a
as well.
mess. You've got nothing to lose. But if this charm bracelet is as good as it seems, it could make a world of difference to you.
Whoa. If they traced a break-in back to me, my life wouldn't be worth living.
In the first place, no one is going to know I broke in, and in the second place, there's no reason they need to trace it back to you. And in the third, your life is already not worth living.
Wow, harsh,
difference
Lewton.
is this going to
Harsh.
Oh. Maybe you're right.
Jeez.
All right. I'll do it.
How do I switch off the security system for Vault 51?
I don't know what their watchword is, but all the unseen security systems have a back passage.
What's that?
It's a way to switch them off that only we know about.
What is it?
You'll have to find the rune panel.
I found the room panel.
What's it look like?
It's a small panel with runes marked
What a
on it.
giant jerk. He is a giant jerk.
You touch the right runes.
He's
in
just not a very
sequence
nice
to
person.
Switch it off.
What's the sequence for the back passage?
Give me the bracelet first.
Here you are. Now, what's the sequence for the back passage?
Whatever the runes are on the panel, make an X starting in the top left and finishing in the bottom left.
Really?
That's the back passage.
That's the master
A
password.
pleasure doing business with you, Warb.
You won't tell anyone about this, will you?
Don't worry. I'm feeling
Perfect
honorable
password.
today.
This is before gesture controls were a thing. Just do an X. Alright, but this is very good information to have. And with it, we can get into Vault 51 and find out what they've got in there. Finally! So this should hopefully let us use the 3712V as well. Like, actually look in the catalogue and see what items are in there. Hopefully? That's what security, am I right? Definitely. And do the correct beat boops.
I punched away at the runes randomly.
Okay, don't push away at them randomly. Don't push away at them randomly. We use the back passage. Use the Trojan. The back door.
Just as Warb had told me, I made an X on the control panel. I just hoped he was telling the truth.
And it goes pop. Pop. In we go. What's in the vault? 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 Wait, is it guarded? Oh no.
Vault 51.
What was it? There's just a guy standing there.
I couldn't deny it. It made a big impression on me. Not quite as big an impression as some of the traps on the way would have done, but at least the impression it was making wasn't fatal.
So we've got crates and displays. We can go over that way. Is that the exit? That's probably the exit. Other than that, all we seem to have is crates and displays.
Vault 51 was filled with crates and displays of all shapes and sizes. I couldn't even begin to guess what treasures were lost in its cavernous interior. Perhaps even that pen I lost the other week. The crates were labeled with some kind of 4-digit reference.
3712?
number, and there did seem to be some sort of a pattern as to how they were organized. I didn't have time to search through all the crates. There were thousands of them.
3712? 3712V. Use that on crates.
I worked my way around the vault towards Exhibit 3712V.
It seems good. Cabinet of urns.
The glass cabinet contained urns from Zorta and was labeled 3711 to 3713V. It was one of the most boring things I've ever seen. The fat urn was clearly a very ancient piece of pottery.
The sword's
looked
going to be
very
inside
boring
it, isn't
indeed.
it?
The tall urn was probably a priceless antiquity, but I really didn't care. The small urn was as boring as the other two urns. There wasn't much I could do to the cabinet with my bare hands. There wasn't...
Alright, what have we got? Do we just, like, break it open with that?
The
Yep.
troll's tooth scored through the cabinet's glass like an accountant through a rich man's wallet. I smashed the toy urn into tiny pieces, and inside was the golden sword.
We got it! We did it! Why do I get the feeling I'm about to get ambushed?
Finally, this was it. The artifact that Carlotta, Horst, and who knows how many other people were looking for. Frankly, it was a bit of an anticlimax. I expected it to at least glow a little, or perhaps sing to itself quietly, or hum with the stolen souls of 1,000 men. But it just felt cold and hard in my hand, like any other sword. Suddenly it came over me that everything would go wrong.
Well, yeah, of course it will. This is Discworld Noir. Of course everything's going to go wrong. That's what it's there for.
It sounds crazy, but it's true, so help me. I couldn't hear my footsteps. It was the walk of a dead.
Oh, no. Well, let's try and get outside without any major issues. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Not yet.
When I made it out of the guild alive, I thought
I was home free.
But there was something wrong. If I thought I wouldn't put my finger on it, but I knew I was in danger.
How are you hiding that sword?
I'm not a suspicious man, but I am a cautious man. I decided then and there to start running and not look back until my office door was safely locked behind me. But something else had plans for me not to make it that far.
Oh, it's time for the cutscene. So this is the cutscene we got at the very beginning of the game. It is now happening. Oh, we dropped the sword! remember this. I thought it looked remarkably like Lewton, the person that we were chasing. So this is the beast, I presume. Very dramatic. And we get stabbed by the golden sword and dead. Lewton, no!
I don't know when I first began to suspect that I wasn't dead. I guess it must have been when I realized I was thinking about whether or not I was dead.
Birds!
The anthropomorphic entity with the
We just
scythe
died.
hadn't turned up, so I figured I was either alive or undead. And it didn't take me long to work out which.
I'm a furry now. Did I mention this is a furry game?
I wandered through the streets in a daze, not really knowing what was going on. At first, I couldn't make out any colors. Then gradually the city came alive with vast clouds of pigmentation. Against it all, there was an ever-present mist of bright green, cloying and unpleasant. There was a dissonance about it that I couldn't place, until I realized I was smelling the rank odor of the River Ankh. Every smell fascinated me. The resonant scents combined into a symphony. Every street was an opera, every lamppost an invitation. I don't know how long I wandered the streets. It's hard to tell which way is up when your world has been turned upside down. I ended up back where I started because I didn't know what else to do. Plus, my coat was in the coffin, and Ankh-Morpork is a bad neighborhood to be caught naked in.
Even if you're a werewolf. So, we're a werewolf now. That's definitely a thing that we are.
Woof, woof.
Did that dog
I
just
haven't
say
got
woof?
anything to
Is this
eat,
Gaspode?
if that's what you want.
Woof. Woof, woof.
I haven't got any
That's
idea
gotta be
what's
Gaspode.
going on either.
Woof, bloody woof.
Hey,
Or maybe I can just understand dogs now.
That's pretty sharp. Most people don't catch on to that.
what did you say?
Woof, woof.
You can talk, can't you? I mean, really talk.
Nothing gets past you, does it?
How did you do that?
Well,
I think it's Gaspode. It's all the bones
I
that we've given
can
him.
Sort of talk.
Now he's here, in the flesh.
Nonsense. If there was a talking dog in Ankh-Morpork, I'd have heard about it.
Well, the thing is, most people don't seem to notice it.
Yeah, right. Like you wouldn't notice a talking dog.
Seems like people only see what they expect to see. Hmm?
How philosophical of you.
I just calls them as I see them.
So how come I can tell you can talk?
I don't claim to understand it, I just do it.
Do you know what's happened to me?
I'm guessing you didn't know you were a werewolf till you woke up this morning.
I'm a werewolf. That explains what's happening to me. I thought somebody slipped something into my embalming fluid.
First order of business is to train you up then.
Yeah, so who saw this twist
Hold it
coming?
right there. I don't need your help.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. Look at yourself. What's your name?
Lewton. I'm a private investigator. Well, I was. Then I was dead. Then I was, well, a werewolf, I suppose. I guess I spoke too soon. Maybe I do need your help. What's your name?
It's Gaspode! It is Gaspode the Wonder Dog!
The Wonder
Yes!
Dog?
Hey, don't knock the name. I was named after the famous Gaspode.
Never heard of him.
Most people haven't. He belonged to an old man in Ark many years ago. When the old man died and was buried, Gaspode lay down on his grave and howled for a couple of weeks, growling at anyone who came near. Then he died.
And they called him the Wonder Dog because he was such a paragon of doggy faithfulness and loyalty.
Until they discovered that his tail had been trapped under the stone, yeah.
How do you think I became a werewolf?
Well, presumably you got bit by a werewolf.
Bitten.
Right. Lesson 1. Don't correct me grammar. All right?
Sorry.
Okay. Well, once I've trained you, I suggest that the first thing you do is try and work out how you got infected.
Infected?
With lycanthropy. It's the blood disease that werewolves have. Now, since you don't have any cubhood memories of romping with your pack, I reckon it's a safe bet that you got infected somehow.
So someone I know is a werewolf.
I'm pretty
Give
confident I
the
know who it
wolf a
is.
cigar.
So can I change between being a wolf and a man at will?
Sort of. There's a certain way the change works.
The change?
There's two things you've got to learn about being a werewolf. The nose and the change.
The nose?
Yeah, the nose. Werewolves have a unique perception of the world, a different point of smell.
I've noticed that. I can see scents as colors, and they have a certain feel about them, too.
Those colours are unique. Each smell has its own signature colour. So you can tell whether or not someone has been somewhere by whether or not you can see their scent there.
Even as a man?
No, only when you're a wolf.
And how do I switch between forms?
That's what the change is all about. It's a skill you've got to learn how to do. Now, you've already used it to turn into a wolf. Soon, you'll be able to change whenever you wanna.
How did I change this time if I didn't know how?
That's the other thing about the change. You have to change at the full moon. I guess that's what brought this on in the first place. Other times, it's voluntary.
So can I change now?
Give it a try.
At first I didn't know what to do. But Gaspode talked me through it.
So we have a third icon. The change.
Then, when I could see
And I think
the
this
world
looks
in all its
cool as hell.
psychedelic glory, Gaspode started teaching me about the nose.
You look around, tell me what you see, as a wolf.
There's a lot of colors.
Phew, I can see how you became a private investigator. You get a lot more information about scents with your werewolf senses. You can see them as colours.
I can see a mist of bright green surrounding everything. And there's something that looks like a long stream of purplish-red cloud with some tiny fluorescent greenish-yellow-purple specks in it. Also, there's a ground fog of some kind of unpleasant blue.
Well, the bright green is the stench of the River Ark. No mistake in that. That long stream of cloud sounds like the scent of someone having gone through the cemetery recently. Does it smell like a privy carpet?
No, it smells like Carlotta, but with less treble.
Well, it wasn't me then. I guess I'm the ground fog of unpleasant blue.
Who was it?
I don't know who it was, but it was someone.
I can't see my own scent.
Well, that's normal. You're so used to being around it that it's invisible to you. And that's handy for me, what with my stench and all.
I think it's a really clever system.
So I can follow the purplish scent to find this
It
person.
works really well with the private investigator
If you
angle.
want, and assuming you don't lose the trail. Other smells eventually drown scents out, especially out on the streets.
What about the coruscating dots?
What's it like?
It's like flashing green, yellow, purple.
Is it like mature mould with an earthy echo?
No.
It's not you then. Dunno what it is. See where else you find it and you might be able to work out what it is.
According to Gaspode, I could learn a lot from comparing different scents. I figured that could come in handy in my line of work. Assuming I could change back to being human, that is. I gave it my best shot.
I have a human icon in the bottom right.
Nicely done.
I learned from a master.
Right, that's about it. Apart from the full moon, you can be whatever you want to be. But as of the full moon, you're sniffing lampposts with the rest of us.
And thus begins Act 3. So this was a twist. Yeah, we are now a werewolf. And we got stabbed by the golden sword, and yeah. So we have a whole new mechanic to the game to figure out. But this is where we're going to end it off for today. And do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just quickly save the game. And we're going to be carrying this on next Sunday. Presuming I don't have anything else, which I don't think I do. New mechanic right 3, yeah. And this is really cool. I actually remember this mechanic. I don't remember how it's used. I just remember the fact that this mechanic was in the game. So yeah, I kind of knew about the whole werewolf thing. But I don't remember like how it's used or how it works or anything like that. But yeah, we can essentially see scents as colors. So as we go to different places, we can see who's been there, and it really works really well with the private investigator thing of like piecing together things, I think. But we're gonna find out more about that next week.